And just when we thought that we've seen it all in this series, they throw us for another loop. This is My Evil, Season 2, Episode 3, F is for Fire. Breakdown, review, recap. And we'll get into what we think is going on in this episode. Now, when we hear the title, F is for Fire, this touches on two different type of things this episode. First, the fire burning within inside of Kristen. Now, listen, the girl, you know, she needs some sexual healing. She needs some loving. We know that her husband is off on some mountain doing some climbing expedition, and she is hot and bothered. I mean, you know, and I like the way they did it. They play that silly music. She puts on her sexy dress. She starts looking at the camera. Hi, how are you doing? Hi. Do women actually do that? All the women in the chat, do you actually practice saying hi to people in the mirror? Do you do that? Because I've never done that. I've never like looked in the mirror and said, hey, how you doing, shorty? What's going on, girl? What's good with you? I never practiced that. But maybe some people do. And the daughter's like, listen, mom, when's dad going home? You know, if you need to get out, I can watch these kids. But goddamn it, when's dad coming home? When's dad's gonna be? He's gonna be here soon, right? So, all right, we'll get into all that a little bit later. Let's go into what this show really was about. Should we call it the monster of the week? So what we had to deal with today, usually it's Christian demons or Catholic demons, whatever you want to look at it. But no, we got into an Islamic spirit that was tied to the element of fire. And it had flames where the hair should have been. That's the way they depicted this, the jinn. And I know about this one because if you are a fan of playing video games, this spirit is always in the video games, especially role-playing video games. Before we see that, we pick it up from last week's episode, A is for Angel, and we remember that at that time, Sister Andrea said that she would help David. Now, he shows her the sigil map, and she doesn't want anything to do with this map and says that he is not supposed to be in possession of it. However, when David begins to explain the background and he tells her how it leads back to this fertility clinic, we can see at that particular time that the sister is like, all right, there's something going on here. Let me see if I can help you out. And she does so by separating the languages into letters and breaking the code. And it's kind of weird that she was able to know all these languages. We don't know how she does. And like David gives her that, you know, answer that question, and she gives her that look like, you know, please don't be questioning me, son. So after she breaks it down, they realize that it's a name. So they go off to this family. And when they get there, they're surprised that this family's like, what took so long for the church to send somebody here? And that's something that we have to question. Why has no one responded to him? The whole, we've been busy thing, that doesn't really fly. There's something else going on here, that why the church didn't respond to this person at all. So they learn that the thing that is haunting, not in possession of this girl, could be possession, but that's haunting this girl is called Ifrit. And it's an Islamic mythology, and it's not good, it's not evil, it's just, I mean, maybe you say it gets moody at some particular times, and when it does that, you know, it likes to set things on fire. So Matilda is a foster child Brian and Jane Castle are thinking about adopting, but mysteriously fires get started whenever the kid is left alone. Now, the biological mother was arrested for starting fires, so this makes Kristen believe that the daughter may be acting out in this behavior because of the mother. Now, Ben puts it out there that he believes that quite possibly the mother may have taken the rap for the daughter, and she could have been the one starting the fires, and the mom just said, let me hold this down for you. So at this time, it's really up to who do you believe? What story do you want to go with? Is it something, a jinn that's inside of her that's making this, or, you know, around her that's doing these fires? Or is it the brake fluid with the chlorine? Why is that in there? So we do have conflicting things out here pointing to either direction. And since there are two different religions, the mother and the father, we get two separate religious people facing off. We have the priest and we have the sheik, and they're both going to do basically like a tag team together to try to rid this spirit away from this girl, which then forces Ben, who doesn't believe in all this mythology, to defend his heritage because he doesn't want, them to make it look like, his people don't know what they're talking about and stuff. So I like the way that they played that, and I like the way that Ben put that out there. Speaking of Ben, we could just talk about his, I don't know what we want to call this woman that keeps coming to visit him, and and got a retainer in her mouth and pulls the retainer out, and I'm thinking that that she's giving him oral pleasure, the oral pleasure demon with these sharp teeth, and that's why he always wakes up for it. I mean, maybe someone could teach her not to use the teeth and stuff, but he's got his own problems and everything else dealing with that. And I don't want y'all to think I'm nasty, because I'm not, and I'm not saying anything crazy here, but when I think of like, a retainer, I don't know, maybe somehow this is connected to Kristen's daughter. We know that she did bite the finger off that one dentist right there. So, I don't know if the two things are connected. I don't think that she's actually this demon. That would be a little crazy. She's too young for that, but it does make me think that something's going on, that maybe this could be the demon that is inside of her, and jumping into his dreams for some reason, because she has sharp teeth too. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm not sure. In the comment section, let me know what you think about that. And then we got to get to Kristen's mother, Cheryl, real quick. Now listen, I know in the comment section people are calling her old hoe, but this chick she's a manipulative woman. I mean for real, you know what I mean? I was with her in the beginning, but everything she did in this episode, I'm not down with. Even, the ends don't justify the means to me. Like, it didn't work out with you and Leland, so now all of a sudden when you were willing to throw your family away for this man, now you don't got him, you want your family back. You're willing to fake cry, go to a psychologist just to get information, manipulate people for the school, just so you can gain access to your grandkids and your daughter back. To me, that's some bullshit. She's a very shady character. I like her as a character, but this is some shady shit going on. I mean, she went as far as to drop to her knees and grab this doctor's leg. Like, I thought she was gonna try to perform something on him. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like. Like, you ran these tears this whole episode. Like, she was about this tear life. Like, that's the guideline, but it's all going to come back to bite her in the end, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, back to the meaning of this episode, F is for fire. It does start last week, right? Because we seen the guy when he went to go save, before his wife turned into salt, and he saved the burning car. He left that person inside the car to be burnt, right? He left that person when the angel told him to leave that person in the car so he could be castrated by fire for molesting kids. And then it goes to this episode where we see this girl is possessed by this jinn Ifrit that is allowing her, trying to make her burn things until he can find another host. What I like about this show 100% is the fact that they stay right in those gray areas during the show. And this time they did it with the Islamic and Christian beliefs, and they're always asking the question but not giving you the answer. It's up to you to come up with the answer, and it's not like it's an easy way. They don't take easy way outs. They use a lot of intellectual subversions, all the time. Like in this episode, it ends with the little girl outside late at night after they did all the stuff and it really did not work. They tried to do the exorcism, it didn't work, but it ends with her staring out there, and at a glance she starts a fire inside. So is that really what's going on? It doesn't show you how she started the fire. Is it something going on? We see something going on in her eyes. Kristen being the woman on fire, needing to have someone light her fire, going out there, thinking about cheating on her husband, things like that, and her walking out and thinking about doing it again and not going out. And then you got the tea set. What's the tea set have to do with anything? The girl had the tea set, Kristen throws the tea set out, then all of a sudden the tea set comes back and it's there. What's that have to do with something? It's definitely a meeting dealing with this. And is this gin going to be coming for Kristen in the end? I like the way they leave it. I like the way they do that and they put all those things out there for you to figure out on your own and then not just give you the straight answer cut and dry. I love the way that they do that in this series. So we have to deal with that. We also got to deal with Ben. He wasn't able to catch this seductress demon who likes to go down. Wasn't able to catch her on tape, recording. So now he's going to try to catch her on videotape. And he's dealing with his own things. There's so many things going on in this series. That is why it's great. I think we have to start trying to answer some of these questions, and I'm going to in another video. Because I 100% think that there is this jinn is out there. Is this jinn going to come after Kristen and try to possess her? But she may already have something in there. I know people think that her father may have been a demon already. People leaving comments in the comment section saying that maybe her dad was a demon. We're going to have to figure all this stuff out. We're going to have to start doing 2 videos a week instead of this 1 video a week. And I was trying to get the numbers up for the people watching this so that we can eventually start doing live streams. But I think maybe we'll try it this week. We'll do a live stream and we'll try to answer a lot of these questions. So make sure you're subscribed and you click that bell, because maybe Thursday night we'll go out and we'll do Eastern time sometime, maybe 6 o'clock at night. We'll go through a live stream of everything and try to come up with some theories and talk about these theories for the show. Unless you would just like me to make my own separate video a little bit shorter than a live stream and just talk about this. I'd rather get y'all involved, but let me know what you want me to do and I'll do it. Again, great episode. Can't wait to see the next week's episode. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and also subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.